Right.
But it was actually the other way around.
Right, exactly.
Right, because they switched out the goddess Helen and gave the name Helen to a man in Rome, in the Pantheon.
Right.
Okay, so that's called replacing the gods or defacing the gods.
Defacing the gods, which is what, yes. Go ahead.
All right, now, this is the story of Medusa getting her head chopped off. Medusa not a name. Most of us don't know it's a title of a priestess. Medu is 10. Sa is a birth priestess, and that's coming from right from Egypt. All right. So if the Sa priestess at the 10th rank, right, that's the equivalent of us saying number 1. Because they counted in small increments. They counted from 10 to 1. We count from 1 to 10.
Right.
So the Medu, or the number 10 Sa priestess, is the leader. Now, when she go to Egypt, and they come from all over the world for conventions, and they meet with the grandmother, what we call her Osset, right? They call the Sibyls. The Sibyls are the ladies that's the wise ones, right? Those who are Ein Sof or Sophia, right?
Right.
So these wise women formed a circle around what they call the Black Madonna, right? Who's sitting on her earth seat as the queen of heaven and earth, and she's all dressed in black because she's mimicking Big Mama. In the flip, as above, so below, all of the women that are coming to see her, all of the priestesses, you don't just got birth priestesses, you also got priestesses of Sekhmet.
Right.
Which is the cat lodges, which is totem based. You got the priestesses of the bird clans, which is Tahuti, which is also totem based. Right, so et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So now she got and they got it all dressed in white. She's the only one allowed to wear black.
Right.
She is represented in the zodiac as Tawa Earth or Tawa Ret, the great hippopotamus, and it's right in the ceiling. So you see in all of these stars, right? So the congregation of the stars of God is a ritual that takes place on earth when you raising the grand matriarch back to prominence.
Okay.
How do you know who the grand matriarch is?
Most of the elite, most of the following. Most of the women.
No, because you could have an imposter. Like Queen Elizabeth was a fucking imposter.
An imposter. I was just telling my son now. I was like, her husband's not a king. You know that, right? Like, he was like, no. I was like, nah, he's Prince Philip, not King Philip. He can't be a king. But okay, so yeah.
If you read the culture, the culture identifies who she is by works.
Okay.
By suffrage, and by connections.
Okay.
What that means is her life work will show it, what she's been through in her life, what scrutiny she's been under, and then how many other matriarchs feel about her like they do about their own mama. Now, it ain't got nothing to do with us. We just got to read the culture to tell the women what they did, what y'all doing subconsciously. Y'all don't remember.
Okay.
Right. So now, so when you look at she got the most matriarchs under her direct call.
Mm-hmm.
The further her reach, right? The further her reach, the higher her position. Not because she better than nobody, because she's not going to see herself that way.
Right.
She ain't going to never say, I'm better than you.
Right.
She ain't going to never turn her nose up at you, and she going to always do what she can to find time for the sisters that need her.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So she don't have a big eye, little you complex.
Facts.
Right? So now that you know that, now you got to look at what kind of spotlight has she been under? Meaning, how has she been portrayed in the public domain by the collective of the people on the land?
Is there a particular time period for measuring that? Because everybody, and I'm just asking because everybody goes through a phase in the beginning of their life where they're learning shit. You know what I mean? So are we talking about after they're committed or initiated or self-initiated, whatever?
Well, when you look at it, it's gonna always. It's just like water turning into steam.
Okay.
It's just, everybody go. It's like cream rising to the top.
Right.
So you might find a whole bunch. Like for instance, somebody might say it's Winnie Mandela. Well, Winnie Mandela, coming to find out, picked the same person I picked.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Imelda Marcos picked the same one I picked.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if all of these gotcha is picking the top, everybody
right. So
gotcha.
now over here on our land, this would be one that was picked by Aretha Franklin. She was the queen of music.
Uh-huh.
Right? She would have been picked by Coretta Scott. They call her the mother of civil rights.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She would also be picked by the Christian community, by the women.
By the women. Okay.
Right. So this is her association or interpersonal connections with the wives of ministers.
Okay.
So the rule is most loved, most respected. Right? How do I hit your heartstring?
The children.
That's most loved. How do I treat you when you're in my presence? That's most respected.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now, the most loved, most respected will have the most grand matriarchs or matriarchs under her direct call. Mm-hmm. Matriarchs of prominence and positions of government, entertainment, or any system they establish. The ones got to have equal respect that would be classified as her enemy because they are working for a different group of people. But they still got the respect for her.
What do you mean by that? What you just said?
Okay, so it's like being on the battlefield. You got generals that respect other generals, even though they fighting each other.
And each other. Got you. Okay, cool.
So matriarchs on the other side, on the wrong side, also got to respect her.
Facts. Okay.
So now she got the enemy respect her. We respect her. Right? She got mad matriarchs across the land respect her. Now, the last ones to show respect is the men. And how do we do it? We call her out in the open. 3 kings walking. Go put her on her throne. And as soon as y'all do that, we get rid of these motherfuckers. So what do? The chiefs, that's males, that's men. Each one teach one, all do our part. We don't have to like each other. We don't have to agree with each other. As long as we do our part as best we can according to what we know and understand. The one who knows the most is required to do the most. The strongest one is required to carry the heaviest load. Right?
Giving me some down. You giving me some knockback sign, but I hear you. I hear you.
So you can't put the heaviest load on the weakest motherfucker because he's gonna crumble.
Facts.
So you got to put the heaviest load on the ones who can carry the load. So when you iron all that out, it's a clear-cut winner as the matriarch over here.
Right.
Right? It's a clear-cut winner. I know who the grand matriarch is, the Black Madonna on this land.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All races and creeds and colors of mother's lover. That was enough for me right there.
Me too. Me too.
But that wasn't all.
But that wasn't it. Yeah. Okay.
See? It's not just all of the mothers of each race, creed, and color across political lines. They loved her.
Across religions.
Across religion, their religion didn't interfere with them. Love her. It's only one mother of the righteous.
Right.
And if you look in Islam, they say the name of the mother of the righteous is Khadijah.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Khadijah was named Mother Khadijah by Mother Clara, the matriarch that preceded her in the same position and rank.
Facts.
So
talked about hiving. How the women are,
So the Sybil the Sybil ceremony is the ceremony for raising the grand matriarch. All it is the women get together and they do exactly what they was doing in the Middle East. That's a woman's ceremony. Everybody not supposed to be there. That's why it don't work for them. The men ain't supposed to be in certain stuff. But the men had to join in order to preserve the secret so I could tell y'all where to find it at.
Got you. Okay.
Right? So the matriarch ceremonies is the entire Catholic Church. There wasn't supposed to be no male priest there. They supposed to be Buddhists. They supposed to be Shaolin. They not supposed to be where the Catholic Church is, which is actually the house of Sekhmet. Right? The house of Sekhmet that's why it's called Catholic, because they telling you it's a cataholic. The cat lodge. The cat lodge is under Sekhmet, which include the Panther Lodge, the Lynx Lodge, and all of the tribal totems that use the cat symbol around the world.
My daughter here. I appreciate this. I'm gonna let you get some other people. I'm gonna kick it with you. This is you done gave me a few things to go back to the drawing board and read through, revisit. Shout out to you, man. Free Larry Hoover. Y'all already know. Free bring Asada, hands off Asada, all of that. I appreciate you, Rod.
Yeah, thank you, sweetie, for coming in here.
All right, thank you.
This energy out for me.
Yeah, facts. You already.
All right, sweetie. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to take one more caller in here. See what you want to poly about. Hey, come back here. So we're sliding in at a 1:22 start time. Description in the box. And I'm going to do some invites. This is more lighthearted information than normal. We got some good news, reasons to giggle and laugh about some stuff. But I'm gonna go over some stuff in here just for clarification's purposes. So right now I'm just doing invites and get some people in here so we can see where we at, what to look for process and answers. Go over some divisions I've been having and pretty good visions. And sometimes they don't happen fast enough for us, but you know. So we have confirmation from varying royal families of the indigenous tribes around the land that they all set, ready to roll, right? So we got people who have made connections that y'all don't know about. A lot of it was done using the elders' way of non-verbal communication through signs and symbols and other means of communication. So the word is getting back to us now that we are in the cleanup phase for the rough edges being moved so that the transition can be as smooth as possible in the power. So this is us, you know, rising back to the top. Now, the funny part about this to me is many of us who think we woke still don't see the clear-cut enemy for who he is, where he at, and we still blaming people who was used as victims to victimize other victims as the root to the problem. The root to the problem is get rid of the enemy within, you get rid of all motherfucking possibilities of failure. It's the traitors that we had to get out. The ones that sold us out for a bag. You know, we had to get rid of them. So, they call it the brown paper bag club of sellouts. And most people think it's you got your skin color, right, has to be the same complexion or lighter than the brown paper bag. Well, that's not necessarily the case because we know some that was in the club that was darker. But what is the brown paper bag club is this. It's when you sell out. In the elites got a practice of giving sellouts they payment in a brown paper bag. So when Du Bois was trying to tell us about the brown paper bag club, he was giving it to us in signs and symbols, and he was telling us how to look out for the members, what they, you know, how they act, different stuff like that. So we know several people to have been in the brown paper bag club, like Jesse Jackson was in the brown paper bag club, Al Sharpton, all them niggas that get you to be quiet so you can keep on suffering. They was in the brown paper bag club. All them ones that say fuck that being quiet. We finna go out here and change some shit. I don't know what their plan was, cause all of the protesting in the history of the world has never caused a change. The only thing that has ever really allowed change to take place is when the people decide to overthrow the government with a new form of government. Well, in this case, we are overthrowing the old form of government for an older form of government, which is the correct form for the vibration of the planet in order for us to live in harmony. And the system is called matriarchy. But a lot of people think matriarchy is patriarchy in reverse. The same thing, but with a woman, and it's not, that don't work like that. The matriarchal structure work on a council of women who have certain talents that is used to help bring some sense to the structure and to help the man to see in a way that he would never see the problem so that they can break free, right? So I'm gonna do a few more invites, and I'm gonna go over some stuff that came in today. So that's all for my invite. So whoever I didn't get in here, I hope don't be offended. Just catch the replay. All right. So greetings, fam, for all y'all that took y'all time to listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. Pretty nice little gathering we got here. Okay, so the system is changing before your face. Whether you are aware of it or unaware of it, it's still changing. Whether you wanted to go back to what you think was normal versus what the real normal is, this shit changing in your face in real time. Okay, so when we say that the chosen ones